Welcome another guest here on our YouTube channel and podcast. Have with me Grace Law, who is an amazing string teacher and has started an online string teacher courses it's called the Smart String Teacher, smartstringteacher.com. Grace, thank you so much for being on the video and our podcast today.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you do and what you've started, because this is a pretty awesome thing for teachers, to be able to take advantage of without having to leave their home even.
That's right, that's right. So I guess my passion has been, since I started my career, is to try to address the need for more string teacher training after graduation, because often people graduate with just 1 or 2 pedagogy courses.
Right.
And that's not enough to teach something as complex as strings. And so I set out to create a step-by-step method that's really simple and easy for any music teacher to learn. So whether or not you're a string major or a band major or choral major, I've set it out step by step so that you can easily learn how to teach strings successfully.
Awesome. And so regardless of level, like if you are a veteran teacher or a new teacher, or is it mostly for new teachers?
The amazing thing that surprised me is, like, I've been getting participants from all different backgrounds, including retired teachers who just want to learn more.
That's cool.
And teachers who are close to retirement have taken my course, as well as brand new teachers fresh out of college.
Yeah. So how does it? How do you have it structured as far as the is it chapters or topics, or how does that work?
So the main 3 goals in the course are: number 1, I'm going to teach you how to master one of the instruments that you don't play. And usually there's an instrument that you're very uncomfortable with, if not all of them, if you're not a string major, right? So the second thing is I teach you my step-by-step, really simple, fast and quick method for teaching strings.
Great.
That will get your students further faster. And then the last thing, and I feel like one of the most important things that is always missing from pedagogy, not always, but that I find is missing from from teachers, is that they don't have a background in how to troubleshoot and fix technique.
Oh, okay.
So because everyone's learning at the same time, we get to do a lot of that.
The problem solving and diagnosing problems and figuring out strategies to assess and correct those problems, right?
That's right.
That's one of my favorite things to do. Just like a snapshot of a student or a video, because my students are like, how can you tell what I need? I was like, I can look at you play for about 10 seconds and know and figure out some of the things that we need to work on, whether it's a bow issue or left hand issue or posture issue or set up some kind of thing. So that's great. So that you guys,
that takes a lot of years of experience. But if you know what to look for, then it
so that's part of what you're doing in your courses is here's what to look for, here's how to fix it. Yeah. And that's most of what we do in teaching is right. Cool. And then, so how long are the courses normally, or are they self-paced, or are they live, or how do you have?
So I am working on restructuring the course so that there is some asynchronous content as well as live one-on-one content. So it's a 4-week
4 weeks
camp, kind of.
Awesome.
Because you do have to have the time to do the homework and to practice.
Okay.
Right? And it's 2 classes a week.
Great.
Plus 2 hours of homework for each class.
Wow. So you've got to do the homework. Yeah. No, but I mean, it's obviously it's practical things that teachers can do and figure out to improve their game, right?
Yeah.
And so you focus on beginning or high school, or is it just kind of general pedagogy for any instrument, or are you talking about heterogeneous?
So the content is what I teach in a year. Now I teach high school, so I get through quite a bit. I go from 0 to playing to shifting and playing 2 octave scales and vibrato in 1 year. But depending on your program, that's going to be. So for most people, that'll be beginner to intermediate, I guess.
Okay.
Level is
Perfect.
what they're going to learn.
Perfect. Yeah. So this is fantastic. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people who maybe are not comfortable, coming to a conference, or you don't have the funds to come to a conference, and in a lot of ways you could probably get a lot of bang for your buck doing an online course rather than paying for a flight and a hotel and registration and things like that. So this is great. And so you are we're at Midwest Clinic, obviously, and you're exhibiting. But the way that people can contact you is through smartstringteacher.com.
Yeah, so I encourage people to go to my website, smartstringteacher.com, and subscribe, and then you'll learn about my free content. I do free master classes,
Cool.
and I've started to do free drop-in clinics. So if you have any questions, you can just come and ask them. As well as you'll find out about when my course runs, and then I also have teaching materials that make teaching strings easier as well.
Good. Resources that are like reproducible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
they're digital, so you can copy as many as you want for your
Cool,
class.
cool.
Yeah. So I know there's so much stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. This is great, and I hope that some of you will be interested in checking it out and, furthering your PD, your professional development. We all know that in no matter what you're teaching, we want to make sure that we're continuing to up our game and get better and better and better at what we do. And we don't want to be the teachers that teach the same way for 30 years. We want to make sure that we're continually improving. So thank you, Grace, for being on the show and the podcast and the YouTube channel here. And appreciate the time it's taken, and hopefully this will show some people some things that are available for them.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to share my ideas with everyone. Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you guys next time on the Orchestra Teacher YouTube channel and podcast.
Thank you for tuning in. For resources and more information, visit orchestrateacher.net. This video podcast is proudly sponsored by Eastman Strings. By the time an Eastman instrument reaches the player, dozens of expert craftspeople have had a hand in bringing it to the peak of its sound, playability, and beauty. The Eastman Workshop operates in precisely the same manner as late 19th century European workshops. Chisels, knives, and scrapers in the hands of outstandingly gifted craftspeople are the primary tools used to create these modern instruments. These techniques impart each model with a beautiful voice and appearance that can only be achieved by hand. As in the shops of master luthiers for the past 500 years, Eastman honors this tradition every day. You can learn more and find a dealer near you at eastmanstrings.com.